Hi everybody, Graham and Alex from Water Cooled Sup video review. Coming to you from the very beautiful, lovely warm water of Waikiki Beach, Hawaii. Alex and I went over a little while back now with two boards, the Terra and Urano, and just had a fantastic week testing both of these boards. The board you're looking at is the Terra. It's 10 foot long by 32 wide. It's a dual chamber board and it's also dual layer board, so it's in the upper end of the quality scale in regard to Aztron's boards. One of the things I love about the dual chamber boards is it makes the board stiffer, makes them more responsive, and of course you've got the safety factor of having two chambers over one. So in the event that you were to pierce the outer chamber, that may go down, would go down very quickly, but 50% of the rest of the board is in the center chamber, which is more than enough for you to paddle back to safety. So if I was given the opportunity to use a single chamber over a double chamber, particularly if I was touring over a distance, then that safety factor is an important thing to consider when you're buying a board. And certainly Aztron's dual chamber boards are all fantastic. And this one's the Terra. So the Terra is 10 foot 6 long by 32 wide. 32 wide is the magic measurement because it gives you that stability. It's got quite a tapered nose and quite a bit of rocker in the nose, tapers back to a square tail with a kick pad on the end. So it operates really nice. A lot of people say to me, why do we test boards in small surf? And the reason is that if you're testing an inflatable board in particular in the small surf, if that board has any weaknesses, they quickly become apparent. So how the board tracks in undulating conditions, when you move your weight forward and back on the board, how it responds, when you push your weight down on the rail, which is the sides of the board, to sort of track it on a small wave, all helps you get a feel for the build, the quality and the shape of the board and how all of that comes to be. So that's really important when it comes to choosing a SUP. Of course, if you go to Aztron's website, the Terra will be listed as a touring board, and a touring board it is. That said, if you're like me, and you love to catch small waves, but you also like to go for a long paddle, I almost would put this board in the advanced category in regard to an all-round board. So at 10.6 long, it tracks really nicely. It'll support the weight of two people easily. You know, all of the boards have max weights, and this one's got a max payload of 143 kilos and a volume of 273 litres, or 270 litres, sorry. That said, they can take a stack of weight. Certainly you can paddle with two people on these boards, or put a small child, or if your son or a daughter or a girlfriend on the front, and go for a paddle without a problem. At 10.6 the board's got tons of flotation, as does the Urano, the next size up, which we'll cover in another video. But, you know, I like to, when I take a board away, I like to do a whole range of things on it. So I kind of feel, though, yes, it is a touring board, but it certainly will do other stuff as well. And you'll see here, just cruising small waves in on Waikiki Beach, it tracks beautifully. You don't need many paddle strokes to get an inflatable up, especially one that's got a little bit longer length in it and a more defined outline. So it's built so that it tracks nicely. And you don't have to have a high cadence rate when you're paddling over distance. So once you've got up to speed, the board will maintain speed relatively well. So is it built for surfing? Not necessarily, but it does that job well. As you can see, I had the best time riding small waves in and out. You'll see heaps of folk around me there on long boards and higher boards. And of course, if you're going to hire a board off the beach at Waikiki, it's going to be in the range of $20 to $25 an hour. You can get better rates further back off the beach. That said, I want to have a board ready to go all the time. I like to get up early and paddle the flat water out the back of the break. Across, say, to Diamond Head. You'll see Alex paddling some flat water towards the end of the video. And it makes a real difference to have a board which does everything well. So to me, the Terra and the Urano, maybe the Urano a little bit more on the touring side as it gets that little bit longer. That said, that board still did very well in the surf. Surpassed my expectations of what I thought these boards could do. So it's a great idea to test them in a whole range of conditions. Of course, it comes with an alloy paddle and it comes with leash, a coil leash, which you'll see I've got a wrap around my knee there. I kind of like, it'll go around your ankle or it'll go around your knee. I kind of like the knee brace because it just lifts that coil off the back of the board a little bit. You're less likely to step on it if you're moving around the board. So it's a terrific quality leash, and really great that Aztron have put a better quality leash. A lot of boards that come with them are pretty average, and of course this is your safety link to the board. So never ever, regardless of what you're paddling, whether it's just flat water on a lake. Oh, look at this girl surfing off the back of me there. It gets a bit crowded in the break there, but it didn't upset me. I just kept rolling along, and when I was talking to a lady, she was, oh, sorry. I said, look, it's all good. I've got a soft board, and that's one of the great advantages of having an inflatable. If you do fall on your board or you happen to run into somebody else while you're sort of learning to surf, you're not going to hurt yourself, and you're certainly not going to hurt the other person. So many people came up to me on the beach and said to me, oh my God, is that an inflatable? Where did you get it? It just looks fantastic. Here's Alex paddling out the back of the break. See Diamond Head in the background, paddling along. Just so I can show you how that board tracks through the flat waters. Quite a bit of swell moving around us, a lot of water swell. He's not paddling with a great amount of effort, yet the board's tracking beautifully along. You'll see he goes forward here. He's in a surf stance because we've just been surfing, and he sort of gets used to paddling that way. It's not a bad idea if you can paddle in a surf stance. It gives you very good balance when you're going over undulating water. So he's going to paddle forward here. Within a couple of paddle strokes, the board's tracking really, really nicely, and then he'll come back around and paddle back towards me. So the board tracks beautifully. It's very, very easy to paddle. It doesn't take much effort, so you can travel great distances without a lot of effort. So for touring, it's a great board, as is the Orono. So the Terra 10.6, brilliant board, very, very easy to paddle. As you can see Alex here paddling it, and we paddled them both for a week on the flat in the early morning and then during the day in the surf. So we had a great time. Can't recommend it enough. Talk to you again soon. Bye.